Boom. All right, what's going on to you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to be doing a quick recap of Riot Blockchain's earnings report that was just released, and which is pretty damn impressive as well. So I'm definitely excited to read over some highlights with you guys. After that, we'll dive straight into the charts, talk some technicals, let you guys know some price targets that I'm personally eyeballing for good old Riot, and that'll be the video, okay? Getting straight into it today. But before we do, as always, I will ask you guys to please give the video a like if you do go on to gain value from it today, or if you are bullish on the future of Riot like I am. Also, let me know in the comments down below, are you an OG Waves fam member? Have you been with us for the Riot journey back in like May, June of 2020 when we first started covering Riot on this channel, when it was just a wee one, when it was in the single digits? Which makes me that much more just stoked overall to make this video and cover this earnings report with you guys, because Riot Blockchain as a company has come such a long way since we started covering it, and it just feels so good to see an OG do so good. So excited here. Even if you guys are not even if you guys haven't been around for a while, maybe this is the first video you're watching, appreciate you watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, but even if not, you guys, I appreciate you watching right now, and better late than never, because Riot still has a very, very bright future ahead of it, okay? So we will go over the charts. We will talk technicals to close out the video, talk some short, medium, and actually longer term price targets as well. But again, got to kick it off with the fundamentals. This is a very, very promising earnings report, so I'm excited to read through this with you guys. But before we do, let's take a look at Riot's website real quick, because it's been a while. So we'll just read over this one paragraph, just give you guys a quick summary of what Riot Blockchain is. If for some reason you're not familiar, I can't imagine many of you are not, but you know what? It's always good to remind ourselves of what the company is at the base level in their own words. So Riot Blockchain, just want to say, beautiful site. Like this site, if you guys remember, go watch my OG solo analysis of Riot Blockchain in a video I posted, shoot, at this point, close to a year and a half, probably just about a year or so ago. Year or so ago at this point, I'll just say that to keep it easy. But a year or so ago, posted a solo analysis on Riot. Their website, just to be straight up, was trash, and it means a lot, not only that they're scaling operations, but that their brand is so much better as well. Logo's better, the website itself is sick, like this color pattern, these hexagonal lava design going. So shout out to you guys at Riot. You're just doing a great job on all fronts. Okay, so Bitcoin mining for America. Riot Blockchain is a Bitcoin mining company supporting the Bitcoin blockchain through rapidly expanding large-scale mining in the United States. We are focused on expanding our operations by increasing our Bitcoin mining hash rate and infrastructure capacity. Riot believes the future of Bitcoin mining will benefit from American operations and endeavors to be the driver of that future. So again, you guys, Riot, one of the OGs. I've held Riot stock for the better part. Like, I bought Riot around the same time I actually bought like Ethereum. So I would say mid to slightly later 2017 is when I first established my Riot position. Again, at that time, Riot was just about $1. So it's crazy to see just the roller coaster ride that Riot's been on. And again, the progress they're making justifies all of the positive price action that they've seen over the course of 2021. And considering Bitcoin does well, Bitcoin just crossed 50K yesterday at the time of recording this. So if Bitcoin rips, Riot's going to rip. But again, from a fundamental perspective, we got to cover this. Okay, so Global Newswire, Riot Blockchain reports record second quarter 2021 financial results, current operational and financial highlights, August 23rd. Breaking news. Okay, so Castle Rock, Colorado, Riot Blockchain, one of the leading NASDAQ listed Bitcoin BTC mining companies in the United States, reported financial results as of and for 3 months ended June 30th of 2021. Increased, let's go over a few highlights here and we'll keep reading down, okay? Increased mining revenue by 1,540%. That's insane. To a record $31.5 million for the first 3-month period ended June 30th, 2021, as compared to $1.9 million for the same 3-month period in 2020. So year over year, they increased their mining revenue by 1,500%. That is staggering, okay? 2, increased mining revenue margin to 70% for the 3-month period ended June 30, 2021, as compared to 25% for the same 3-month period in 2020. So the revenue margin, like again, just the margins on the revenue, which you want the bigger margin, you want more profit margin, okay, is 70% this year as opposed to 25% a year ago. Again, just looking at these year over year metrics, from just a basic financial perspective are incredibly impressive. Produced a record net income of $19.3 million or 22 cents per share for the 3-month period ended June 30th, as compared to $10.6 million net loss or a loss of 31 cents per share for the same 3-month period in 2020. So obviously, going from unprofitability to pretty significant profitability is an amazing thing, a thing of beauty, especially for a company honestly still as young as Riot. Riot is still a very, very young company, which is very important to understand. They're still in the process of growing and scaling. So that's the most exciting part about Riot. Total cash in Bitcoin of $195.4 million as of June 30th, 2021, which is a solid balance sheet. We are extremely pleased. So this is a quote. We are extremely pleased with Riot's record quarterly financial results, said Jason Les, Riot CEO. This guy's come a long way too, man. A lot of guys doubted this guy early on. I mean, I don't blame a lot of the naysayers just because Riot was such a young company and still is again. But I mean, this guy is, from an operational perspective, this guy is crushing it. So shout out Jason Les, dude, you're doing a good job. The company's improved financial results are a direct result of Riot's absolute focus on Bitcoin mining and growing its mining operations. With the successful acquisition of Whinstone US, the company's growth prospects have been significantly de-risked and future financial opportunities are very exciting. As previously announced, Riot is aggressively expanding its capacity at Whinstone, which is expected to provide the critical infrastructure necessary to successfully execute on driving continued growth for the company. Second quarter 2021 and recent financial highlights. Riot continues to attain significant milestones and set up for future opportunities driven by its focus on Bitcoin mining. First highlight. Produced a company record $19.3 million in net income once again for the 3-month period. As compared, just read that. Increased mining revenue 15-40%, read through that as well. Increased mining revenue margin, read through that as well. Increased total mined BTC by 38% on a sequential quarter-over-quarter basis, with 675 BTC mined in the second quarter of 2021 as compared to 491 BTC mined in the first quarter of 2021. So again, even quarter over quarter, their year over year metrics are very impressive, but even their their year over year metrics, I should say, are pretty staggering, honestly. But their quarter over quarter metrics are very impressive as well, which is obviously good. Increased total revenues to $34.3 million for the first 3-month period. Once again, going over some of the Whinstone acquisition and whatnot right here. Substantially, all of the current assets as of June 30th, 2021, totaling $220 million are highly liquid. Very good. You always want things liquid if it's on your balance sheet. As of July 31st, 2021, the company's unaudited BTC balance stood at 2,687 BTC, all of which were produced by its mining operations. So they're just hodling all the BTC that they are mining, which is obviously good. At this point in time, I don't want BTC. I don't want reserves of BTC over cash, okay? So the average BTC price used to calculate Riot's second quarter 2021 mining revenues was approximately $46,600, which is not far out from where we're at right now. But hey, a week, 2 weeks out, if we see this bull run reignite, then this could be a lot. These numbers could be a lot more impressive, okay? So again, that's the beauty when determining, I mean, I don't want to say fair value, but determining value, just market cap of a company, and trying to justify maybe a higher market cap than is deserved. The fact that BTC is on the balance sheet is obviously good if Bitcoin's doing well, okay? So BTC on your balance sheet does allow, in my mind at least this is my thought process, if BTC is on a company's balance sheet, then you can stretch the market capitalization out a little more, because they're also, I mean, they're kind of a fund at the same time, right? If they have BTC on their balance sheet, an appreciating asset, then in some sense they're a company with again, in Riot's case, very impressive operational capabilities, but they also have an appreciating asset in Bitcoin on their balance sheet. So second quarter 2021, recent operational highlights. Read through these and we'll dive into the charts, talk some good old technicals, okay? So successfully closed the acquisition of Whinstone, creating one of the largest hosting and mining companies in North America as measured by developed and future capacity. Initiated a 400 megawatt expansion at Whinstone with 4 buildings totaling approximately 240,000 square feet, currently under construction. That's a big operation right there. Strengthen the company's management team. Always good. You're not going to go into specifics there because I don't feel it's very necessary. But you guys know a successful team leads to a successful venture overall. You want to bet on the operators. You need a successful team behind the company if you want to see the company be successful in the long run. overall, very basic there. During the 3-month period ended June 30th, 2021, Riot received 9,900 S19 Pro AMP miners under purchase contracts with Bitmain previously announced in 2020. As of June 30th, 2021, the company had 16,146 miners installed and 7,500 S19 Pro AMP miners in the process of being deployed. So, in terms of how many miners they currently have installed versus how many are deploying, I mean, 16,000, 7,500, 8,000 would be 50% of 16,000. So once all of these are installed, they're gonna be increasing their hash power by roughly 50% once all of these miners are installed, which obviously the more miners you have, the more Bitcoin you can mine, the more money you ultimately make, the more valuable your company is. Okay, subsequent to June 30th of 2021, the company installed approximately 4,600 S19 Pro AMP miners, resulting in a fleet of 20,000. Okay, so sorry. This is a little more updated, but principle still applies, okay? Resulting in a fleet of 20,746 miners deployed. Riot's current hash rate capacity is approximately 2.07 exahashes per second. As part of December 2020 purchase order with Bitmain, 2,000 S19 Pro AMP miners were shipped late July and will be deployed at the Whinstone facility over the coming weeks. By early September, Riot anticipates that we'll have a total of 25,946 AMP miners in operation, utilizing approximately 83 megawatts of energy with an estimated hash rate capacity of 2.6 exahashes. You guys, again, as I said in the beginning, not going to sit on this for too long, but every single metric here, the year-over-year metrics and the quarter-over-quarter metrics are extremely impressive. And again, considering Riot is, I would say, if there was a single stock that defined my trading career, it's Riot Blockchain, and it just makes me so pumped to see. Not only because I believe this will bring very impressive price action. Of course, I do still hold a pretty significant stake in Riot Blockchain. Did take some profits over the course of the past few months, but still 100% a long-term believer in Riot Blockchain. I still think this company has a long way to go, and not only the long-term prospects for Riot as an investment are impressive, but short-term, because these earnings were great, Bitcoin looks good right now. I do expect Riot to perform very, very well in the short to medium term as well. Okay, so let's talk some short to medium term price targets, and then I'll talk to you guys about what I think could happen. Granted, Bitcoin does see new all-time highs. All right. So short term, Riot, I will just say right now, again, at the date of recording is August 23rd, Monday, August 23rd. As of right now, Riot was worrying me a little bit last week because I did see a potential head and shoulders playing out. Left shoulder, head, and then right shoulder, which would bring us down to about $27 to resolve that head and shoulders pattern. But after today's price action, I know we're up a little bit in after hours. I believe we're up about 2% in after hours from 4% on the day. So a total of roughly 6% up on this beautiful Monday for the cryptocurrency market. SPRT, you guys, shout out SPRT. Huge day for SPRT2. Just recorded a video on that. Check that out if you're unfamiliar with SPRT and wannabe. But anyway, Riot looking very, I mean, at this point, I don't think this head and shoulders is going to play out. I'm even more confident that it's not going to play out now that their earnings call was so impressive. And I do think that investors are going to want a piece of Riot seeing their, I mean, just these KPIs, these key performance indicators on this earnings report. And again, you guys, even though Riot has seen still, which is important to remember as well, that's why valuations can be a little vague at this time. And Riot, when you take the year over year, although Riot has pretty much 15x their operations year over year, it's important to remember that the stock has 15x along with it, okay? So right now, Riot is floating around, I would say, fair value. But again, if BTC continues to perform, if Bitcoin does see all-time highs, I would be surprised if Riot doesn't see all-time highs along with it, okay? So I will just say, again, you guys, Bitcoin sees all-time highs. I do think Riot's going to see all-time highs. But from a shorter-term perspective, what I want to see is Riot reclaim this ascending channel right here. The first target is going to be to test the previous line of support on this ascending channel that is now new resistance. You can see Riot tested it a few times right here. Did break above it for a little bit. Got very, very bullish last week. Or I guess this is a while ago now. So about 10 days ago, a week and a half or so ago, when Riot did break above it. Thought we were going to go up to test the top side. Didn't. It was a little fake out. But I do think that now that Bitcoin is looking strong, Bitcoin broke 50K. I think that that is kind of the catalyst that opens the floodgates for not only the cryptocurrency market in its entirety, but of course for Bitcoin miners as well. So I do think that my first target for Riot is going to be the line of support, new line of resistance. That would take us up by the end of the week. Say we climb, do a slow crawl up here. That would take us to about $42 by week's end. And then if we do successfully reclaim this ascending channel, then I do think it's likely at this point, again, granted Bitcoin does well, granted Bitcoin performs, the Riot ultimately goes on to test the top line of resistance on this ascending channel. That would take us to, by early September, a $50 Riot blockchain, okay? So again, granted this next week and a half or so goes well, granted Bitcoin performs as I expected to, I would not be surprised now that we've broken a $50,000 Bitcoin to see a $50 Riot blockchain. And again, if all-time highs start coming in, I would not be surprised if Riot is able to surpass its all-time high of $80. If BTC, I mean, kind of going in line here, if BTC sees 100K, I'd be surprised if Riot does not see $100, okay? So that's just ballpark, kind of same principles apply to Mara. And again, right now, Riot and Mara, you guys know these two like playing catch up. Again, Riot's earnings call, very impressive. I know Mara has a little bit more Bitcoin on their balance sheet, but Riot will still always be like number one in my mind. I am biased, I'll say that straight up, but very excited for the future of Riot and Mara, and I mean all Bitcoin miners in the sector. Again, SPRT, one of the sickest plays in the market. Once again, go watch that video. Not sure if I'm probably going to upload that right before this one. I'll do back-to-backs, but that will be up by the time you guys watch it. So go watch that SPRT video if you guys haven't already. And just realized I completely forgot to do this plug at the beginning of the video. So saved it for last. I like to think the best for last. Check out the complete portfolio daily newsletter. It's my complete breakdown of my personal portfolio. So if you want to know exactly how I'm personally trading Riot, the calls I have on Riot, the stock position I have on Riet, how I choose to take profits once my price targets are hit, not only for Riot, but for every stock you're looking at here, along with a whole list of other stocks and plays that I'm currently very excited about and very bullish on as well. That is going to be the first link down in the description. $15 a month, $40 every 3 months. Do my best to make that as worth it for you guys as I can. Of course, on top of every portfolio update during market hours, every trading day, I do send out the complimentary email newsletter as well, explaining my thoughts, rationalizing my trades, throwing some real-time charts in there with real-time price targets, whatever I feel is important for you guys to know during actual trading hours, every trading day is in the newsletter, okay? So let me know what you guys think of this earnings report. Let me know, once again, if you guys are OGs, if you guys have been on the Riot train with me since the single-digit days. And again, if you're new around here, say this is the first video you'll watch, subscribe to the channel. And if you're not subscribed, sit it down there, okay? So I'll catch you guys downstairs in the comments. And until next time, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.